Hey everybody, I'm Nando, product manager at OptiMonk, and I will be showing you how to create personalized content like a pro in a matter of minutes. Many marketers shy away from delivering personalized messages because they believe they are a struggle to set up. Luckily, offering a unique experience to each visitor browsing your website does not have to be complicated or involve coding. In fact, it can be done very simply by anyone with the help of OptiMonk. Our brand new embedded content allows you to create entire website sections with personalized offers or messages. You can design it the same way as you design pop-ups in our drag and drop editor. We added more than 100 templates, so I'm sure you will find one that fits your campaign goal. Once you've selected a template, you can tailor it to match your website. Determine its size, drag and drop different elements into it, and design it to match your brand. There we've got a handsome looking embedded content, and it took me no time to create. Now, let's have a look at 3 ways you could use embedded content if you need some inspiration. Instead of list building pop-ups, embed your list building forms into your website and make it an integral part of it to make sure you're not disturbing visitors while browsing. Embed surveys to learn more about your visitors and collect customer data. Learn about their product preferences or get feedback on their shopping experience. Promote special offers, offer a discount code, or recommend relevant products to turn cold leads into hot ones. You would be right to wonder how this section will be embedded into your website. As I mentioned before, it can be done without coding. By choosing point-and-click placement, your site opens up automatically and you can navigate to the page you want to place embedded content on. Select the section above or below which you want to place your content. Done. Scaling your campaign is key when you'd like to deliver hyper-relevant messages to your segments. We realized that styling each campaign one by one takes serious amount of manual labor. So we examined how we could create a solution that decreases time spent on a campaign design by 10 times or more, helps to scale campaigns for each segment, helps you stay consistent with the look of your campaigns. This is how OptiMonk themes came to life. OptiMonk offers you 6 themes by default you can start with and customize to match your brand. You can define basic brand elements such as colors, font faces, and corner roundings. The result is a custom theme tailored to your brand. Every new campaign created from this theme will look perfect with the right styling applied automatically. You can save your efforts to what's more important, the content. What makes themes truly powerful, however, is saved styles. You can really speed up campaign design by saving element styles you often use. For instance, you may want to save different heading styles. You can do that under the Styles tab. Once you create a saved style, it will be available in this theme in all future campaigns to use. I've also got a pro tip for you. If you manage campaigns for multiple brands, you can define a separate theme for each of them. Start over from any of our default templates, style it differently, and it will be saved automatically as a new theme. All this has been just the beginning. Smart tags take personalization to a deeper level by changing parts of a message based on contextual data, or as we call them, visitor properties. Smart tags allow you to create one-to-one personalized messages that make your visitors feel like your offers are talking directly to them. This feature has actually long been available in OptiMonk, but we refer to it as dynamic text replacement. What's about to change now, however, is that you will be able to add smart tags to your campaigns in the editor without complicated placeholders. We will offer various pieces of visitor properties in a dropdown. You will soon be able to personalize parts of a message with only a few clicks. The contextual data you see in the dropdown, like visitor source, browser data, and shopping habits, is collected either automatically by OptiMonk or from your custom source. Dynamic content takes smart tags and the previously mentioned visitor properties a step further. OptiMonk will soon let you create one-off experiences by offering text and image personalization based on contextual data. Depending on who your visitor is, where they are coming from, Dynamic content will allow you to show different landing page headlines, website content, or even CTA buttons to different audiences. This feature is still under development, but you will be able to take dynamic content for a spin at the end of the year. That's it about creating and styling personalized campaigns at scale. Make sure to stick around because we've got a lot more new features to cover.
You have already seen how easily and quickly you can create and personalize on-site messages. But to make them really effective, you need to know how to show them and how to target them. We have always paid a lot of attention to our targeting capabilities, and now we would like to take this to the next level. Hi, I'm Mark, product manager at OptiMonk, and today I'm going to show you how to raise your targeting game to the next level with OptiMonk. OptiMonk offers various targeting options that make it easy to target specific groups of visitors on your website, but setting up and managing these has required some manual labor until recently. Many of you kept telling us how long it takes to add the same targeting rules to each campaign over and over again and asked us if we could do something about it. This is where my dev team came into the picture. We brought you the solution, Meet OptiMonk Segments. This feature has two main pillars. The first one is audience recommendations. For new business owners or less experienced users, it could seem like a big puzzle to decide which audience to show a particular message to and how to target those visitors in the first place. With audience recommendations, this burden is taken off your shoulders as each template has a default segment that we recommend for the message based on the best of our knowledge. But if the recommended segment is not the right one for you, or you would like to experiment with another segment, no problem, because you can choose from all the predefined segments. The other main pillar of OptiMonk segments will be a handy feature for those more experienced users who know exactly what segment they want to target. You now have the option to save targeting rules which you can define as your own segment. You can later use your custom segments in other campaigns with just a few clicks. If you want to see the segments you saved or modify their settings, you can easily do that on the segments page under the audience menu options. However, it's important to note that there is no permanent connection between a campaign and a segment. This means that you don't have to worry about modifying the settings of all your campaigns. Targeting rules of existing campaigns will remain unchanged. After modifying a saved segment, you'll be able to use the new saved settings for future campaigns. If you'd rather not bother saving the settings of existing campaigns, that's totally fine, because you can simply just copy the targeting rules from any existing campaigns that's running on the same site. It's also important to note that we have a few platform-specific or conditional rules like the logged-in rule on Shopify or cart rules. Fortunately, you don't need to keep in mind what rules define each segment, because we indicate if the segment contains a rule that is not available on the site, and we simply just load the rules without the specific conditions. In order for OptiMonk to be a useful and effective tool, it's essential to work well with your tech stack. This is true for both e-commerce platforms and marketing automation systems. This is why we did our best to deepen our integration further with Shopify and with Klaviyo. Let's begin with Shopify. Shopify is constantly improving its own architecture and solutions, and we like to keep up with them. You may have come across Online Store 2.0 that Shopify has recently come out with. The new concept makes it much easier to modify the content and structure of your Shopify store. The good news is that OptiMonk is now compatible with these new Shopify themes too. What's more, thanks to the Shopify app embed, OptiMonk can now load faster on your site without hurting the Lighthouse score of your store, which is a key for the previously mentioned OptiMonk embedded campaigns. The other big Shopify-related feature that a lot of our Shopify customers requested is dynamic customer tags. Thanks to this new feature, our users can now not only forward subscribers to Shopify with a static tag, which always remains the same, but now we can also tag subscribers with different customer tags based on the information provided by the visitor. For example, if we want to tag a subscriber based on their response to a simple survey, and then later segment and target them in Shopify with different messages, depending on what they answered, you can now easily do this with OptiMonk. Technically, any information provided in an OptiMonk campaign can be used to tag a subscriber in Shopify. From there, it's up to the users what they get out of it. When it comes to integration to tools you use, it's usually a smooth ride until you're facing a very complicated setup process. The good news is that we have let go of the old, very technical user interface, and in the case of our most frequently used integrations, we have implemented a more transparent, clean, and simple process. Currently, Klaviyo, Shopify, and MailChimp are the most popular integrations, but we are continuously rolling out simplified interfaces for the other integrations as well, so stay tuned for those. Last but not least, we have a new targeting option, Klaviyo List and Segment Targeting. This will be the perfect choice for you if you have been using Klaviyo for segmentation and list building for a long time, but have not been able to do the same segmentation within OptiMonk. Thanks to this feature, if you have Klaviyo installed on your website and it's integrated with OptiMonk, you can simply select the segment or list you want to target with your campaign. Or if you want to display a message to visitors who are not yet on a Klaviyo list or segment, then you can easily do that too with this new targeting rule. In the near future, we will continue to expand our targeting capabilities with lots of new features, but we'll talk about them another time, so stay tuned.
Mark and Nando have covered a lot of ground on the creation of personalized campaigns. You may wonder, do these tactics really work? I'm here to answer your questions about campaign data and performance. Hey, I'm Zoltán Szűcs, Head of Product at OptiMonk. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive in. This summer we have introduced a new campaign analytics page to give Shopify users a better overview of their key campaign stats. In addition to impressions, conversions, and conversion rates, we have added assisted revenue, number of orders, and average order value as well. So now you can track exactly how much money OptiMonk is generating for you. In fact, you can choose from 4 different assisted revenue attribution models to help you better assess campaign performance. In the coming months, we will make this page available to all of our users, and later on we will expand revenue reporting to more e-commerce platforms. We are also working on an update to add comparative data to the analytics page. This way you will be able to discover changes and trends more easily. When it comes to conversion optimization, A/B testing is an essential part of the marketer's toolset. OptiMonk's campaigns have had built-in A/B testing functionality for years. This feature allows you to test design variants of a campaign. Different headlines, button colors, alternative images, even completely different offers. Though our users asked for more. They wanted to test not just variants, but whole campaigns against each other with added flexibility of changing any setting of the campaigns. That's why we created a powerful new feature called Experiments. With Experiments, you can test any aspect of your campaign, whatever comes to mind. For example, you can test different message formats against each other, like a side message versus an embedded content block. You can experiment with different triggering and targeting settings or even different message placements. Shortly, you will be able to add these campaigns to an experiment and accurately compare their performance. On top of that, you will be able to add multiple campaigns to a test group, enabling experiments with multi-touch campaign flows. For example, you can test an exit intent pop-up against a welcome discount message and a follow-up reminder campaign. Another type of test many of you asked for, where you can run experiments against a control group with no campaigns at all. This way you will be able to measure the added value personalized campaigns bring to your business. We plan on rolling out experiments in early November, so stay tuned. With all these new templates and features available to you, you will probably create more campaigns than ever before. Actually, we already see that some of our more experienced users create 20, 30, or even 50 plus campaigns a year. And we know that managing a large number of campaigns takes substantial effort. To make this process easier, we made a few changes to our campaign listing page. Now you can find campaigns more quickly with our updated smart search box. List campaign statistics for a specific time period. Filter campaigns by status, domain or device type. And all these settings will remain for the rest of the session, so you don't have to set up filters repeatedly. If you have been running campaigns for multiple domains for a while, there's probably no shortage of inactive campaigns in your account. From now on, instead of deleting them, you will also be able to archive campaigns. This way, you can hide old campaigns from regular lists and search results, and still be able to restore them whenever needed. We really hope that these updates will make managing campaigns even more efficient. When you run many campaigns simultaneously, you may wonder how all those messages will affect visitors' experience on your site. Thanks to our User Experience Protector feature, you don't have to worry about bothering your visitors. It works like a shield, preventing your campaigns to display too quickly, one after another, keeping nice balance between user experience and campaign effectiveness. Depending on how safe you want to be, switch User Experience Protector to normal or safe setting and forget about annoying your visitors forever. Have you ever struggled with writing catchy headlines for your on-site messages? Do you feel like conversion rates could be improved with a better headline? You will love our smart headline generator. Using OpenAI's cutting-edge language model, our internal test system can already generate multiple headline variations based on your site's unique content and the use case of the specific template. Our colleagues are already using this tool to create new templates, and our customers will also be able to try this magical tool later this year. Marketers are used to creating different customer journeys for different segments. Having multiple versions of the same landing page with a different headline is something probably many of you came across when you set up search campaigns. But what happens if you need to change a small section of the landing pages? You have to go back and modify all your pages one by one. So here's an idea. What if you had only a single page that could provide a personalized experience for multiple audiences? Welcome back a returning visitor by offering a newsletter sign-up discount to new visitors. With our new personalized experiences feature, you will be able to do all of that and even more within a single campaign. No more hassle creating multiple campaigns, setting up complicated exclude rules to handle overlapping targeting rules. No need to start, schedule, or analyze results across multiple campaigns. Experiences will definitely be one of our most powerful features of all time, and we can't wait to roll it out to you in the coming months. And now back to Csaba.